I'm aware, I'm scared of it. I've come to respect it. I'm realizing it can rob me of everything.
Whoa.
Including my career, it can rob me of everything. And in an instant.
You come back, you're in rehab, 2019.
Yeah.
December.
COVID happens. Just at the cusp of COVID, I was inside. I ended up doing a longer stint because no one was willing for me to check because of the dangers of checking. What are you checking to do? No flights are happening. What hustle are you going to do? How are you going to justify that we can let you out and we feel that you're safe being out during COVID times? And us guys in there, well, I guess the version of COVID we have is the news version. Yeah, and whatever counselors are telling us is happening. And also them, they're minimizing info. So I see them coming with masks. Now there's those tanks for washing when they enter. But we don't know what's happening. We have not experienced it ourselves.
You guys were in your own lockdown.
But that saved me, man. Because if, God forbid, if I was found active during COVID outside, I probably wouldn't be here. Like, that risk of chomoka ati kuna lockdown and I need to toa lock, you guys lockdown ni wewe bana. I would have found myself out and about. So that timing, me, I believe in, even if you don't believe in God, may I believe serendipity, man. So for the non-believers, for the believers, obviously, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
how long are you inside?
I think I did 5. At 5, the whole time you're trying to jitetea. Like, I want out now. Like, you get up, and because, again, this house is, it's a 5-bedroom, but you get a 5-bedroom and we're like 18. You want out, bana. You want out. You're losing your mind, but it doesn't make sense for you to check. I remember my bro would come and ask, so what are you going to do? He gets like, it's rough out here, man. What are you going to do? I'll start writing articles for the newspaper. There's nothing. Like, what are you going to do? You can't justify. So eventually they let me out, but now to the halfway because it's safer than out.
Yeah.
And you asked me about friends. I have a friend called Ricky, very good friend of mine. My closest friend is almost like a brother. Been there through a lot of these phases of mine. So when he had him at halfway and COVID, he's like, Z, he came pick me like, you can come stay with us. For real? Yeah, he didn't trust the process. He didn't trust the process. It's like, you get COVID halfway, you.
Wow.
Of course, now, irrespective of COVID happening and my bro kind of trying to set parameters for me not to go and wild out, Farmer was done with me, bana. That was just for me to not die. It was not about that, recover. It was just don't die. You know, we don't need more trauma, there's COVID.
Yes.
That is so weird as an addict. At some point, you're aware that guys just don't want you to die. That's where you've reached. Wow. You're aware. It's not even it's not painful. Don't even say for youth. You reconcile. Like, okay, that's where I've reached. I've come up to this point now.
But you were on a plane the other day. You're the girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the one in the cockpit. That's you.
But imagine the high you brought guys and now you brought them down. And how many times have you brought them up and down?
Yeah.
If me, I'm tired, guys are tired.
Even me, I'm tired and I'm hosting.
And I'm tired and I'm still in the ring. You're tired. This other thing is still trying to kick your ass.
Yeah. This is hard. And are you aware this time that this is you're aware this time this is a disease?
I'm aware. I'm scared of it. I've come to respect it. I'm realizing it can rob me of everything.
Whoa.
Including my career, it can rob me of everything. And in an instant. It's not one dramatic thing of, he was drinking a bit for 6 months and then I just got out of, no. It takes that one instant. You lower and you've triggered yourself and you're back and everything that you've built so far will just go to zero.
And that's happened in you? You got AIDS, the next day you're in jail?
Yeah. Now I've reached that point of understanding that, okay, this is everything that guys have been echoing, that you've been hearing periphery in these places, these rehabs about disease and how it's progressive and how eventually this is where you're going, this is where you're at. the different stages, and then eventually, of course, it now starts manifesting physiologically. That's the last stage, just before you
go.
most probably die. Yeah. So you're starting to recognize that you're ticking every box, and
Wow.
it's just getting worse and worse. The L's are getting so much bigger. L's are lost relationships, lost opportunities. Man, even the rehabs at some point are like, you guys, like that specific one, they're like, it wouldn't, in as much as they have so many unethical traits, at some point they were like, we won't take you back because we don't see like we're helping you.
Even the rehab?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
For you to figure this thing out, you've outgrown this system now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guy. The rehab is telling you that.
Yeah. The owner. And this is the guy I'm telling you is to keep it real on
yes,
the
yes.
Yeah. So it's of course not telling me.
And had you seen, and sorry to go here, but I just need to ask, had you, people you are with, did you hear this person passed on?
Yes. Even a Kenya's guy, no? Very well. Passed. Those are some of the things that started scaring. I'm like, I was sitting, this guy playing Monopoly, competing Scrabble. And I remember all the bravado. He was a father, 2 kids. People start dying, man. People that you're sharing dorms and rooms with. Those double-decker vibes where you're talking in the room. Guys are chipping. Guys are dying that you know. And you're like, I remember this guy. I remember. Yeah, so it's not far-fetched. And now, guys are dying from... it reaches a point where you can drink so much you start having fits. Fits are like seizures. A fit is like, it catches you like steamer. You could be walking and then you have a fit.
Yeah. So
now this Keki guy, stairwell, died, hit his head, blood clot. It caught him on the stairs. He had a fit, he fell, hit his head. Evo 2.
Oh my God. And the fit was as a way of the alcohol withdrawal or alcohol itself?
It's something to do with your brain being starved of oxygen. There's some science to it, yeah.
But it's all alcohol related?
Yeah.
So now you're beginning to hear...
Yeah, now people are dying that you know.
So I remember you said institution?
Jails, institutions, and death. Yeah,
institution, you've already been in there?
Severally.
In fact, if I'm not wrong, this is your 6th time if you add the halfway house.
I don't want to talk about numbers, man.
Jail you've been, it's just this other one that you've not done.
Yeah.
And now it sounds like for the first time I've heard you say you sort of, and I don't want to use this word, but you respected this disease. I had a
healthy respect and a deeper understanding. A deeper understanding. Because disease is thrown even as youth addict. For the longest time you're thinking, no, come on. What do you mean I'm sick? How? But you're losing this one fight. You can do all these other things, but you can't win this one. And you keep trying it and you keep losing. And dramatically. Yeah, so you
go Ricky?
Yeah, I stayed with him for a while. Him and the fiancée at the time, who was now his wife.
What did that mean for you and what did that do for you? The halfway house would have finished you.
So I started my podcast then. Remember, COVID had a renaissance of creativity.
Yes.
So guys were going back to the drawing board of, what else can I do? So me, I was like, content. So I sold my whip. And my brother introduced me to my former co-host. And we started a podcast. And I loved it. It was something I was doing. Yeah, which is something I still love today. In fact, it's part of the reason I'm also here. Because that's something I want to venture into part-time.
So, what's this podcast about? What conversations are you having? Who are you having the conversations with?
So my co-host was a lady called Brenda Obath. She's a radio presenter with Classic. She does the mid-morning.
Yeah.
We're talking about life and just fun times, laughing, stories, my war stories, social commentary with a different twist. We had edits, funny edits inside.
Yeah.
So I was also getting my media chops there. It was also a training ground for the bigger vision that I'm trying to do. I learned a lot about this whole thing of production, what goes into a production, how cameras work, batteries, like what we went through earlier, lighting.
Yeah.
Things that if you're not in the industry, you You just see a guy talking and you think,
yes,
yeah.
all they can see is you.
Yeah.
They don't know what's behind the scenes.
Yes. So, and I quickly realized I'm actually decent at it. It gives me almost the same joy as I do get from flying. But I realized to make money out of this thing is a long game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that I have to make the flying work. Mind you, when I was a child, I always wanted to be a pilot and a radio presenter.
Whoa.
But it evolved because of now radio is kind of a dying format. So
Yes.
it evolved into
The
podcasting.
podcast, yes.
So flying by day,
Podcast
by night, in whatever order. Like I want to do both. I know this other one is a long game in terms of financial. So the flying right now gives me the stability. The podcast is a passion that I know eventually will even give me more stability.
I get it. What's your podcast called, just in case guys can subscribe right now?
Every Other Time with Eric on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Intentional name, just a point to note, is that every other time. So I may drop once a week, I may drop thrice a week, I may drop 0 times a week, I may every other time from the get-go. Yeah.
So you're doing this with, she's called Brenda.
Brenda Obath, yeah.
Hey, you're right. TV, radio has gone. Like I don't even know presenters. There's a time presenters I knew them all.
Yeah, she's excellent at her job. So she taught me a lot about the whole. Yeah, she gave me that platform.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was never meant to host with her. I was just going to record in her studio. My best friend flaked on me. He got nerves last minute when we were going to go do the.
Ricky?
No, not.
Okay.
It's called Kevin. But we were meant to do what do you call it? Dry run.
Yeah.
And he just flaked. He's a guy like me, just behind me in the story, but now also in recovery.
Oh, nice.
So his flaking had to do with booze as well. So she's like, okay, it's okay, but we can try with you. Let's see what you can do. So we start talking and we realize, hey, we have banter and we can. She's also very articulate. So it worked out. So we did the podcast. I did about 25 episodes.
Whoa.
In a span of almost 2 years.
It was that long?
Spaced out, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Built a Kaka fan base. We reached I think 6K subs then.
And are you at this time, are you thinking about school?
I'd finished school.
No, sorry, not school, work. Are you thinking, Amma, you've given up on flying?
COVID won.
Oh, yes. Hey, COVID, there was grounded.
We were grounded by, I think we were the most affected industry.
Yes.
So no, not really. Not thinking about.
Your parents, are they helping you financially?
No.
Because them, they attribute that to you going back to drinking.
I sold my Mutiso. I was surviving off the money. I was using it to shoot, and I was surviving off in terms of contributing to Ricky's household.
Oh.
Nothing much. Like I was tracking, I think 8K a month.
But Ricky helped you.
Yeah. Sana.
Did you?
I was tracking 8K a month, but living there. So 8K is just like a token.
Yeah.
It's not that you're contributing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
In this time, have you relapsed?
No, this time I'm not yet relapsed. Oh man, I'm scared. Please don't emphasize the number.
No, but then let me tell you, I need to feel this thing because this is the reality.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the reality.
Yeah.
So don't even catch a feeling if I say, I'm just trying to show people, this guy went to rehab. Now we're at 6, eh?
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to say it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll have some hard questions at the end. You get?
Yeah.
But then I just need to understand it from this perspective of where we are now.
So in this season, of course, still no. So Ricky introduces me to like working out in gym, and I get obsessed with running. So this is the time I lost close to 50 kilos. Like I became trim. If I was to ever upload my old episodes for the podcast, you'll see this a different guy. Like I became a runner. I was running 10K 5 times a week, man. Like sometimes I think back to that, I'm like, you guy. But I loved it. I loved the fitness thing. That's what was like now was keeping me sober. Of course, they made a very conducive environment for me. They're not turning up in front of me, yet they drink. So non-alcoholics, they can just stay. We're not drinking for months. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
What did that mean to you? This is the first time I've heard you talk about a friend who's affecting your life from a positive perspective. Yeah.
And
he's going all out.
And just so to understand why someone like that would go all out. This guy was my friend from high school. He's seen it all. They're even family friends now because they've seen it all.
Yeah.
We were neighbors in where I used to live as well.
Yeah.
And classmates. So he's seen all seasons.
He's beyond friendship. It's far more. He's like your brother.
Yeah, he's my bro. He's my bro. In fact, he's seen all versions. All versions. So the guy I was saying when he used to come to LA now during that season to see me, because he's working at Wilson, he's flying at Wilson.
Wow. And then he's also in flying.
Yeah, he's a pilot, he's a captain actually.
So, man, this thing robs you time.
This guy started flying school after me. He's a captain.
What?
Yeah.
You're a first officer.
Yeah.
Man, this thing robs you time.
So he ends up securing me a job with the company, flying company. Yeah, this is when COVID is coming to its tail end. The restrictions have kind of, I remember, I think it was moved from 7 to 9, and then from 9 to 10, and then not there, and then masks-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. So now airlines are realizing, hey, you're about to be allowed to start moving again. So there was another career renaissance. He organized me at Jobo. I crossed 2 years. Was it 2?
What were you doing at that workplace?
2 years. Wait, I'm trying to do the math. I crossed 2 years. I remember, yes, I crossed 2 years. So he has organized me a job now, flying. He introduced me to his boss. He can see this guy, man, this guy has lost 50 kg, sober, man, podcast, you guy, hey, man, you're doing well. I'm not asking for a penny from anyone, I'm just surviving. Weirdly enough, because of sharing a bit of this, guys were sending me money on PayPal for my podcast. I'll never forget, someone sent me $200. A stranger, but $200 is... I remember thinking, if someone can send me $200 for content, I can do this. And if I do it seriously, it can become something, you know? Just to tie the two things together. So yeah, he secures me a job. We go to Malaysia. I don't know how I feel about saying this on camera, because, yeah. Long story short, I chomed.
Okay, wait. What was the job that you were secured?
Flying.
Flying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you then go to Malaysia and Choma?
For training, yeah.
Oh, you go to Malaysia for the training?
Yeah. Choma in dramatic fashion.